अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। आज हम EDUA 516 का मिड टर्म प्रिपरेशन के हवाले से लेक्चर वाइज इंपॉर्टेंट सब्जेक्टिव्स यानी शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन आंसर जो हैं वो स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं। पार्ट 2 है ये इस वीडियो का। पार्ट 1 हम पहले देख चुके हैं। इस पार्ट में हम लेक्चर नंबर 12 से लेक्चर 22 तक कवर करेंगे, यानी कि इस वीडियो के साथ जो है हमारे मिड टर्म प्रिपरेशन के लिए तमाम इंपॉर्टेंट सब्जेक्टिव्स जो हैं वो कवर हो जाएंगे। ठीक है जी, तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। वाई शुड टीचर्स select interesting topics? Interesting topics motivate students and encourage them to participate in speaking activities. How should teachers choose speaking topics? Teachers should choose topics according to the needs, level and interest of students. Why is confidence important in speaking English? Confidence helps students speak English clearly without fear. How can teachers build students' confidence? Teachers can build confidence by appreciating students' effort and encouraging participation. What causes hesitation in speaking English? Criticism and negative classroom behavior cause hesitation in speaking English. How can hesitation be removed? Hesitation can be removed by creating a friendly and supportive classroom environment. Why are introduction activities important? Introduction activities help students develop confidence and social speaking skills. What is Know Me activity? Know Me is a speaking activity where students ask questions and learn about each other. What is the role of teacher during speaking activities? The teacher should act as a facilitator and guide students during speaking activities. Why should the classroom be learner-centered? A learner-centered classroom gives students more opportunities to speak and participate actively. What are imperatives? Imperatives are direct sentences that give orders or instructions. How can teachers teach imperative effectively? Teachers can teach imperatives through games and classroom activities. Why is patience important for fluency development? Fluency develops slowly, so teachers must give students time to improve. Why should teachers avoid interrupting students? Interrupting students can reduce their fluency and confidence. What is intonation? Intonation is the rise and fall of voice that changes meaning in the speaking. How can teachers improve students' intonation? Teachers can improve intonation through repetition and listening activities. Why is accuracy difficult in a foreign language? Accuracy is difficult because learners are still practicing and improving language skills. Why is practice important for speaking accuracy? Regular practice makes speaking more natural and accurate. What is fun language? Fun language is an informal and playful way of communication. Why are greetings important in language learning? Greetings help students learn manners, pronunciation, and communication skills. How should request be spoken? Request should be spoken politely with soft intonation. Why should advice be given confidently? Confident advice creates a stronger and clearer impact on listener. What is pragmatics? Pragmatics is the practical use of language in communication. Why is word selection important in speaking? Word selection helps convey the correct meaning and creates better impact. Why is interpretation important in speaking? Interpretation is important because words may have different meanings in different contexts. How can description activities help students? Description activities improve observation, vocabulary, and sentence formation. What is the role of adjective in speaking? Adjectives help students describe people, places, and things clearly. What is peer assessment? Peer assessment is a process in which students assess each other's performance. How does peer assessment benefit a student? It improves It improves listening, speaking, and understanding of assessment criteria. Why is pair work important in speaking skills? Pair work encourages students to communicate confidently and naturally. What is reflection in speaking assessment? Reflection is an activity where students observe and evaluate speaking performance. Why is teacher support important? Teacher support guides a student and helps them improve language use positively. How should teachers correct mistakes? Teachers should correct mistakes politely by repeating the correct sentence. How do students improve speaking skills? Students improve speaking skills through practice, confidence, and enjoyable activities. What are the four basic language skills? The four basic language skills are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. What is the main focus of listening skill? Listening skills mainly focus on intonation and pronunciation. Why should a student listen carefully during audio activities? Careful listening helps students understand meanings and important details. What is word stress? Word stress is the emphasis placed on a word to convey meaning. What is intonation? Intonation is the rise and fall of voice in spoken language. What is collocation? Collocation means words that are commonly used together. How does the mirror exercise help a student? The mirror exercise help a student improving listening and speaking through repetition. Why are focus building exercises important? They help students to notice important details like numbers and letters. What causes communication gaps? Communication gaps occur when information is missed during listening or speaking. What is an essay? An essay is a collection of related sentences and paragraphs. Why should students avoid repeating the same adjective? Repeated same adjectives make writing less creative and less effective. How do gap filling exercises help students? Gap filling exercises improve vocabulary and sentence formation skills. What is the purpose of matching words exercise? Matching words exercises help students improve vocabulary and understanding. How do picture word matching activities help students? They help students learn names and meaning of objects. What are collocations? Collocations are words that are commonly used together. Why should teachers accept extra words from students? Extra words encourage creativity and vocabulary development. How can teacher help students define characters? Teacher can use profiles, drawings, and role play activities to define characters. Why is role playing important? Role playing helps students understand characters more clearly. What is the purpose of picture description activities? These activities develop imagination and descriptive skills. Why should teachers avoid criticizing imagination? Criticism can discourage students from participating confidently. What is an outline of a short story? It is a basic framework that helps students continue or complete a story. How can teachers help students write short stories? Teachers can provide outlines, sentences, pictures, and multimedia resources. Why are multimedia resources useful in story writing? They help visual learners understand and imagine stories better. How can oral storytelling help students? Oral storytelling improves listening, imagination, and creative writing skills. What is importance of scene and situation in a short story? Scene and situation provide background and context for writing a short story. Why is background knowledge is important before writing a story? It helps students understand the context and develop better ideas. What is present simple tense? present simple tense describes action that happen regularly or at present. Give an example of present simple tense. I eat an apple is an example of present simple tense. What is past simple tense? Past simple tense describes action that are completed in the past. Why is a timeline used in grammar teaching? A timeline helps students understand present and past tense differences. What is continuous tense? Continuous tense shows action that are ongoing. What is the sign of continuous tense? The ing form of the verb shows continuous tense. Give an example of present continuous tense. I am writing a letter is a present continuous tense. Here you can see ing form of a verb. Okay. Give an example of past continuous tense. I was writing a letter is a past continuous tense. Why is practice important in grammar learning? Practice helps students understand and use tenses correctly. How can teachers help students learn tenses? Teachers can use examples, timelines, and oral practice activities. What is present perfect tense? Present perfect tense shows an action completed in the recent past with present relevance. Give an example of present perfect tense. I have written a letter is an example of present perfect tense. What is past perfect tense? Past perfect tense shows an action completed before another past action. Give an example of past perfect tense. I had written a letter is an example of past perfect tense. What is the difference between past simple and past perfect? Past simple shows a general past action, while past perfect shows earlier completed action. What is future tense? Future tense describes action that will happen later. What word indicate future tense? Words like tomorrow, later, and afterwards indicate future tense. What is the role of will in future tense? Will is used to form future tense sentence. Why are participles important in grammar? Participles help form perfect tenses in English. Why is present perfect important? It connects past action with present meaning. What does past perfect show? Past perfect shows an action completed before another past event. How can teachers teach tenses effectively? Teachers can use example, practice, and grammar exercises to teach tenses. What is survey in class teaching? A survey is a method used to find students' preferences and interests. Why is survey important? Survey is important because it helps teachers select suitable learning material. What is planning for different groups? It is teaching a strategy where students of different abilities are taught together. What is differentiated teaching? Differentiated teaching means giving tasks according to students' ability. Why are clear instructions important? Clear instruction helps students understand tasks without confusion. What is need analysis? Need analysis is identifying students' learning requirements and difficulties. Why should teachers analyze a students' need? Teacher analyze needs to improve learning outcomes and student performance. What is the role of questionnaire in needs analysis? Questionnaire helps teachers understand student learning style and preferences. What are visual learners? Visual learners are students who learn best through pictures, videos, and images. How do audio learners learn? Audio learners learn best by listening to sounds and spoken language. What are kinesthetic learners? Kinesthetic learners are students who learn by physical activities and hands-on experience. What is intrapersonal learning style? It is learning style where students prefer to study alone and independently. What is interpersonal learner? Interpersonal learners are students who learn better in groups and social interaction. What are logical learners? Logical learners are students who learn through reasoning, logic, and numbers. What are linguistic learners? Linguistic learners are students who learn through spoken and written language. Why is identifying learning style important? It helps teachers plan effective lessons according to student need. What are teacher made resources? Teacher made resources are materials created by teachers according to student need. Why are print resources important? Print resources are important because they are cheap and easily available. How are newspapers useful in classroom? Newspapers are useful for discussions and vocabulary building activities. What is pyramid discussion? It is pair-based activity where information is shared step by step. Why are magazines useful in teaching? Magazines are useful because they support visual and creative learning. How are fashion magazines used in class? Fashion magazines are used to understand informal writing style. What is the role of teacher in using magazine? The teacher ensures that only appropriate content is discussed. Why should students collect resources? Students should collect resources to improve learning and creativity. What is map reading? Map reading is the ability to understand and use maps for navigation. How are maps used in classroom? Maps are used to teach location and direction skills to students. What are charts and leaflets? Charts and leaflets are print materials used for learning activities. Why are print resources useful? Print resources are useful because they are cheap and easy to reuse. What are online resources? Online resources are digital materials available on the internet for learning. What is Google Scholar? Google Scholar is an online platform for academic articles and research papers. Why is learner-centered classroom important? It is important because the student actively participate in learning activities. How do online dictionaries help students? Online dictionaries help students to improve vocabulary and sentence formation. ठीक है जी, इसके साथ ही हमारा पार्ट 2 BEDUA516 के सब्जेक्टिव्स का शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन आंसर्स का मिड टर्म प्रिपरेशन के लिए यहाँ मुकम्मल होता है। मुझे उम्मीद है कि ये आपके लिए बहुत यूज़फुल रहेंगे। अगर आप MCQs फाइल्स चाहते हैं तो MCQs की वीडियोस भी आपको मेरे चैनल पे मिल जाएंगी, उसको लाजमी आप चेक कर लीजिएगा अपने पेपर से पहले। मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि ये आपके एग्ज़ाम प्रिपरेशन के लिए बहुत हेल्पफुल साबित होंगी। चैनल पर नए हैं तो सब्सक्राइब करना हरगिज़ ना भूलिएगा। कोई फीडबैक हो तो ज़रूर कमेंट सेक्शन में बताइएगा। मेरे लेक्चर्स को, वीडियोस को ज़रूर अपने वर्चुअल यूनिवर्सिटी के डिफरेंट फोरम्स पे, ग्रुप्स पे अपने फेलो स्टूडेंट्स के साथ शेयर करें ताकि मैक्सिमम स्टूडेंट्स जो हैं वो अपने मिड टर्म की अच्छी प्रिपरेशन कर सकें। मैं इंशाल्लाह ताला अपने नेक्स्ट वीडियो के साथ जल्द हाजिर होंगी। तब तक आप सब अपना बहुत ख्याल रखिएगा। अल्लाह हाफिज़।